Well, let's get started. Thanks for showing up on this rather snowy, slippery day. Appreciate that. So we're going to start out in sitting today, and like I said, you can be. I said earlier, you can be on blankets or you can be on a chair. We're going to go up to a chair pretty quickly, so that's a good thing. Oh, Colleen, you snuck in. Hello. You're so quiet. I didn't even see you. There we go. All right, we'll get Martha up on a little bit of height. And, all right, let's go ahead and get started then. So sit up straight and tall. Take the flesh of your buttocks, bring it out to the side just a little bit so you land right on those sitting bones. So just paying attention to where those sitting bones are today, how they're supported by the blankets or the chair beneath you, being able to find that point of grounding, that point of a feeling of groundedness as we start today. And of course, your palms can be palms facing down or palms facing up, whatever feeds you today. So finding where your feet are, noticing again the sits bones, allowing the chest to gently rise, little bit of rise in the sternum as the shoulders drop down the back, almost as if you were dropping a silk curtain down the back body. And either gently close the eyes or simply direct the gaze downward. And we'll go ahead and sit for a couple minutes. So as we move into this space today, allow yourself to land here, letting go of whatever it took to get to class, and I know for some of you that was substantial today. Honoring the fact that you made it here. And the body begins to recognize this position, recognize this space as a place of sharing and fun. A place where we can explore together in a safe space. Watch how yoga helps to reveal the mind-body connection. And so we've made the discipline of this pose by grounding through our sitting bones and lengthening the spine, softening the organs of perception as we begin today. And now allow your attention to come back to your breath, back to the body. Just gently noting where you feel your breath today without making any move to change it. Simply beginning to follow the breath. And as the mind wanders, as it reaches for sound, just continue directing the attention back to the breath and make that the practice. Thoughts come and go, sounds drift through. And allow them to just keep going right through, almost like clouds, just drifting across a blue sky. And now draw your sternum or your breastbone up toward your chin. Lengthen the back of the neck just a little bit to allow the chin to come down over the sternum. Take a couple of breaths here. Notice how the breath changes in this position. And then gently draw your hands together in the center, just letting the hands meet at the midline. Feeling this symmetry, this alignment as we begin our practice this morning. Thank your body. And salute the goodness, the divinity within as we begin our practice this morning. And then allow your hands to come back down to your thighs, palms facing up. Raise your head and open your eyes. All right. Okay, good. So if you're sitting cross-legged, go ahead and change the cross of your legs. If you're on a chair, stay right where you are. You should have a belt. If you don't have a belt, give us a wave, and Jane or Lori or Bethany will come around and help you out. So we're going to take a belt, and we'll do a few little shoulder warm-ups with the belt today. I'm going to hold the belt like this, but if it's difficult for you to hold the belt and you'd prefer to put it in a loop so you don't have to grip with your hands, then give one of the assistants a wave or go ahead and put it in a loop yourself so that you feel comfortable with that. All right, so we're going to start out with a nice wide belt here. Okay, making sure that you give your shoulders a little bit of slack as we begin warming up. Make sure that you're sitting nice and straight. I know sometimes during the meditation we all just kind of gradually sink down, don't we? So allow yourself to feel that nice sensation of sitting upright again. And let's go ahead and just start bringing our arms over our head and then back down. And over our head. Good, and back down. And keep it moving. Any amount is fine. And if you've got the range, you're welcome to even let your arms go wider and bring it down behind you if you want. Any amount, or simply just keep warming the shoulders up. Any way that works with your shoulders today. Mike, you're bringing your hood up and down. And if it helps to put your hood on with the belt, then you can do that too. This is why you shouldn't do this with a cap with a little ball on top of it, because it just doesn't work then. All right, take it down, shake the shoulders out, allow the shoulders to release and relax just a little bit. And then let's go ahead. We're going to go again, except now we're going to do the dreaded and fun figure eights. So remember, we're going to take a nice wide taut belt here. I'm going to put my right arm up because that's going to help me remind myself where I want to go with this. And remember, nobody really, it doesn't have to be perfect, so don't worry about this. But I'm going to take my right arm over my head and then the left arm. And so we're going to go in this kind of funky little figure eight of the belt. And if it doesn't look like this, don't worry about it. Just kind of wave the belt back and forth a little bit. That's good enough. Just move your arms. Just move your arms. Rich is running into his hair. He should have worn his ponytail today or something like that. So yes, you may run into your hair. You may pull your glasses off with this. That's been done before too. All right, very good. Let that one kind of... Now here's the hard part. You have to go the other way. Okay, so we started with our right arm up. This time we're going to start with the left arm up. Okay, so my left arm is up high, and I'm going to take the left arm over my head. And then the right. Hopefully this will be the most awkward thing you'll do all week. And it can only get better from here. And like I said, if it doesn't look like this, don't worry about it. Just move that belt around a little bit, just so we can warm those shoulders up. It is truly one of the most awkward things to do. All right, good. Let that go. Let that come down a little bit. All right, very good. Shake the arms out a little bit. And just roll those shoulders a little bit to just kind of soften them after that. And make sure you go one direction, and then make sure you go the other direction too. All right, lovely. All right, we're going to come up to our chairs. So go ahead and put your belts to the side so you don't trip on them. Put them where you can see them so you don't trip on them when you come up. We're going to come all the way up to our chairs. So I'm going to move my blankets out and put my chair facing. You will all be facing the middle of the room. So we're all going to be facing the middle of the room here. So let's make that transition now. Take any props that are on your mat. You got it, Martha? There we go. Okay. And have the seat of the chair facing out. So turn your chair around, Mike. You're going to go this.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Yours is facing.
The middle of the room. So have the seat of the chair facing the middle of the room. Seat of the chair facing the middle of the room. And we're going to sit. Yeah, so go ahead and have a seat. Yeah, back. Well, that's fine. Martha's fine. Jane, move yours back a little bit. There you go. Oh, okay. Good point. Have a seat, Mike. So everybody have a seat. All right. Now we're there. All right. Very good. All right, come out to the edge of your seat so you're not, sitting back doing a little bit of relaxation. So we're sitting toward the edge of our seat. We have our feet underneath our knees. We have our knees straight out from our hips. So we're in a seated Tadasana, aren't we? So let's go ahead and just kind of start out in that nice seated Tadasana. Bring our hands down by our sides with our fingers pointing downward, pressing down ever so slightly through those inner heels, grounding the feet, and just rising up through the chest. Head, of course, sits right on top of the shoulders. So place the head gently on top of the shoulders. Soft gaze forward when we're in Tadasana. Just a soft gaze, soften the inside of the mouth. That shouldn't be working too hard. We hold a lot of tension in there, but it doesn't serve us in Tadasana for sure. Good. So let's go ahead and take an Urdhva Hastasana. Inhaling, bringing the arms over the head here. Good. Palms are facing one another. Gently spread the palms to let the fingers lengthen. Inhale here, and as we exhale, we're going to take a twist to the right. So inhaling, exhaling, take that left hand across the body to the outside of the right knee, and I'm going to anchor my right hand somewhere on the chair, wherever it can comfortably feel like you're providing yourself with some grounding. There you go. Yep. Lori, you want to help David a bit? Thank you. Make sure that chest is nice and lifted here. Breathing into this twist. Notice the tendency to want our head to take the twist, but I really want the lower part of the spine doing this twist here. So starting at the base of the spine, inhale and lift the chest. And from the base of the spine, maybe twisting just a little bit more toward the right. Maybe not. Maybe you're right where you need to be. One more breath there. And then your next inhalation, let's inhale and bring the arms back up over our head, back to the center. Good. Drop that right hand down to the chair one more time here. And we'll inhale here and exhale as we take a nice little side bend toward the right. Make sure that those legs stay grounded. Sometimes the legs want to come with you, so make sure those legs stay grounded in this position. Are you breathing? I say yes. We'll take a yes. But if nobody answers me, I know nobody's breathing. So inhale, come on up, and go ahead and let that arm come all the way back down. Very good. Lovely. Good. All right, same thing other side. Let's inhale up. Now you kind of know the routine. We're going to go up here. Take a couple breaths here in this Urdhva Hastasana. Then go ahead and inhale here. Exhale as we twist toward the left this time. So taking the right arm across the body to the outside of that left knee. Make sure that you're sitting up and the shoulders are moving down the back here. Inhale here, lift that sternum, keeping the height from the base of the spine. Exhale as maybe you turn a little bit more or stay right where you are. Shoulders belong to the back. Keep those shoulders down the back body here. Good. And our next inhalation brings us back up to the middle. Good. Take an exhalation, drop that left hand down this time. And slowly take a nice arc to the left. Keep the body in alignment. Resist that temptation to drop forward with this. So you're really lengthening and opening up the side body here. Nice breath there. And then turn the palm and just bring it all the way back down. All right. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's go ahead and do the same thing in a Dandasana. So go ahead and take your legs out into a Dandasana. If this is difficult for you, feel free to keep the knees bent any amount. So whatever works for you. Sometimes just bearing weight on the edge of the heel can be difficult. But if this is comfortable, bring yourself out into a Dandasana. Make sure that you're safe and you're not going to slide off the edge of your chair. That would be most uncomfortable. That would not be good. So activate your feet, draw those toes up, and let's inhale. Bring the arms up. Exhale, let's twist right. We'll go a little faster this time. Good. Making sure that you ground that right arm. Left arm is going across the body here. Good. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, drop the right arm. And then slowly take that curve to the right or the left if you wish. Either side is fine. Either side is fine. And then slowly let that arm on down. Good. And we'll take it to the other side. Inhale up. Exhale, twist left this time. Breathing there, shoulders belong to the back, nice tall spine here. Inhaling back to the center. Exhaling that left arm down this time. And then let's just take it into a nice little arc here. Breathing there. And then release it all the way back down. Very good. All right. Shake the arms out. Bring the legs back. Jiggle the legs around if you need to. We'll do the dancing jiggle. Just watch Martha, our dancer. She'll show you how to do that jiggle. All right. So we're going to bring our chairs all the way back to the wall. So bring your chair all the way back to the wall. For those who are using the Tressler, you'll go to the Tressler now. So I'm going to move your bolster here, Kim, and we'll move this too. All right. Yes. Hi, Elaine. Come on in. Let's put Elaine, I think let's go ahead and move Bob over just a little bit and put Elaine there. Bethany, can you help too? Okay, thank you. There we go. Bob, we're going to move you over just a hair. Well, actually, wait a second. I wonder, maybe we should. No, let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go right by the door. We won't have people coming in and out. That way you can make a quick escape, Elaine, if you need to make a quick escape. Considering you've got here in this weather, that's a little bit amazing. No, I think we're fine. We'll be fine here. So we're going to slide everybody over just a little bit, just to make room. Otherwise, for folks who are standing, please stand and face your chair. So you're facing the wall or the trestler at this point. Making sure that you are hanging on to the wall or the trestler for safety at all times if you need that. So let's go ahead and take whatever your Tadasana looks like today. You might be having your hands on the fingertips on the wall for safety, or you may be having your hands down by your sides. Yeah, Colleen, I think fingertips to the wall is a good idea, and you can even come a little closer to here if you want, so that you're not like reaching quite so far. Yeah, making sure that you're feeling very, very safe here. So just starting out, taking the Tadasana here, that standing mountain pose, helping you find that sense of grounding and that sense of symmetry as we're beginning this. Very good. Okay, on an inhalation, take one or both arms up into Urdhva Hastasana. Make sure you only take one if you're not feeling steady or safe. On your exhale, bring them down to the chair or the trestler, all the way down. So everybody's going into into a forward bend. Let's have Martha have her hands on the sides of the chair. There we go, good. And then you're slowly going to step back into downward facing dog. So as you're ready, drawing those hips back, lengthening through the underside of the torso or the sides of the torso here. And because this is probably your first downward facing dog of the day, I'm going to guess, an educated guess maybe, I want you to just walk that dog out a little bit. So go ahead and bend one knee and then the other knee and let yourself kind of work into this pose. Any amount, let yourself work into this pose. And if it feels good, go ahead and bend both knees and draw the hips back even further. And then as you straighten those knees, lengthening out. Let's have Susan step. Susan, take your feet forward about 4 inches or so. There you go. Good. And now draw your hips back. Beautiful. Isn't that a big difference? Susan, can you feel that difference? Yeah, sometimes just a little bit of movement of the legs makes a really, really big difference in this pose. And then slowly walk yourself back up to the center. Lovely. And slowly bring yourself up to a Tadasana again. Breathing there. Using support as you need. Okay, everybody get fairly close to your chair. And folks at the trestler, you're right where you need to be, so don't move. See if you can gently bring your arms out straight and put your fingertips on the wall if you are standing at the wall. If you're on the trestler, I want you guys to have your hands on the trestler. So hands on the trestler. There you go. Good. So everybody is in Tadasana with either their hands on the trestler or their hands, fingertips on the wall here. Lovely. All right, folks with fingertips on the wall, go ahead and let your palms come to the wall if that's comfortable. And then everybody in the class, slowly step your right leg back a bit. Right foot back, toes facing forward, heel to the floor. And lengthen through the whole body, all the way from the ankle to the knee, through the hip, and through the hip, all the way through the shoulder. So you get this nice, long diagonal pressing out through that back heel. Breathing into that. And for people with their hands against the wall, if you'd like to slowly start walking your hands up the wall to go a little bit deeper, you can. Ladies at the trestler, you could bend the arms and go a little deeper into your stretch too. Nice. Oh, that looked like kind of a water ballet there. All three of you just kind of went in. So, very nice. Jane, way to go. You anchored that too. Breathing there. And then slowly releasing, coming back out, bringing that back leg forward. And then be in Tadasana for a couple of breaths here. All right, same thing other side. So reach out, touch that wall, make sure you find that wall. Begin to step the left leg back behind you, toes pointing toward the wall as much as you possibly can. Long line for the body. Long line of the body. So as if the body was one long line all the way from the heel, again through the knee, through the hip, all the way up through the shoulders. And if it feels good to begin to slide those arms up the wall and stretch out that very long plank, go ahead. People at the Tressler, you got it going on. That's perfect. Breathing there, pressing out through that back heel and extending in the other direction. So you're always moving in two directions at once. Soft breath. Soft throat, soft organs of perception, even as you're moving into this long lengthening position. And then, good. Slowly release. And come on back to Tadasana. All right, very good. Okay, let's go ahead and if you're standing at a chair, you're going to come around the chair so your left shoulder is facing the wall. Left shoulder is toward the wall. Okay, yep. And so, Jane, you're going to go around the back side of that. There you go. People at the Tressler, you'll turn so your left shoulder is at the Tressler. Let's have Elaine go next to the wall. So come around. There you go. So everybody, and then Rich, you too. Let's move this stuff out of the way. So you're kind of on the side of your chair. Yep, side of your chair, left arm is or left shoulder is facing the wall or the Tressler. Very good. Very, very good. Okay. Very nice. Okay, in this position, find your Tadasana at the moment. There you go. As you're ready, using one or both hands, if you need the support of the Tressler or the wall, make sure that you use the hand that's next to the Tressler or the wall to hang on. Otherwise, we'll do either one or both arms up into an Urdhva Hastasana here. Making sure you're taking support as you need from the wall or the Tressler. Good. Breathing there. And then inhale, and on your next exhale, you're going to turn toward the wall or the Tressler and place both hands at shoulder level. If you're standing at the wall, there you go. Good, into a little bit of a twist. And it's okay if those hips come around a little bit. Don't worry so much about keeping the hips square like we do sometimes. Let those hips follow the course of the spine here. Breathing in this twist. And then inhale and come back up to Urdhva Hastasana. Again, holding on as you need to. Good. Take that hand that's next to the wall. Begin to slide it partway down the wall for support. Inhale, and as we exhale, we'll take a nice arc toward the wall. Beautiful. Breathing there, grounding both feet here. Lovely. And on your next inhalation, bring that arm back up to the top and exhale and bring it all back down. Kind of makes sense? Kind of, sort of? Okay. So we're going to walk around to the other side of our chair or turn around at the Tressler. If you are finding this is too challenging for your balance today, you can also take this sitting down like we did when we were starting. So you can do this standing or sitting. If you decide to stay standing, then go ahead and come around to the other side of the chair. This time we have our right shoulder toward the wall. Is that correct? That's correct. Okay, everybody's got their right shoulder to the wall. Okay, so again, making sure that you use the wall or the Tressler as you need for support. So we'll inhale and we'll take one or both arms up into an Urdhva Hastasana, using support as you need to. Good. Your next exhale will take you into a twist with the hands to the wall or the Tressler. Again, allowing for that hip to come around if you'd like. Arms are bent kind of in that goalpost position with the elbows bent, kind of like you're holding the wall up there. Lovely. Breathing, letting that spine rotate along with those hips rotate along with the spine here. One more breath here. And then inhale and come back to the center into Urdhva Hastasana. Good. Inhale and exhale and drop the right arm down to the wall or the trestler. Very good. And then let's take that nice side arc toward the wall. Lovely. Breathing there. And then slowly release and come on back to Tadasana. All right. So, how we doing here? Good, bad, ugly? We're doing okay? Okay. So, it's a lot of stretch, isn't it? It's a lot of stretch. So, we're going to do it one more time, and we're going to up the ante a little bit if you choose. But if you don't choose, you'll do exactly what we just did. So, come back around to the left side. Let's come back around to the starting side. All right. So you're on the side of the chair, and your left leg is toward the wall. So for this next, we'll do the same exact thing, but for these next one, you can have both feet on the floor, or if you wish, you can take your left leg and put it on a chair to add a little bit of balance issues. If you are at the trestler, you will do it standing still, unless you want to hold your leg in the air, which would be really, that's even more advanced. So we're gonna lose that one. All right. So you can decide if you want to take both legs standing down or one leg up. Either way is perfectly acceptable. Okay. Pardon? Both legs up. Yes. Yes. Well, that's even beyond the next one. Yes. Both legs up will be next. Yes. All right, here we go. As you're ready, inhale, take both arms, if you can, or one arm into Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale as we turn toward the wall and bring the arms to the wall. Letting the pelvis come along with the spine into this lovely twist here, keeping both feet planted, whether you have both on the floor or one on the floor and one on the chair. Let's inhale and come back to the front. Good. Exhale as the left arm goes back to the wall or the trestler, and then slowly take that nice side bend toward the wall. Open up the entire side body. Beautiful. Lovely. Make sure you are still breathing. What the heck? You might as well. As long as you're here, you might as well breathe. And then slowly release that arm all the way back down into Tadasana. Go ahead and take the foot down. People who have the foot up, find yourself back in Tadasana. Take a breath here. Let your body integrate everything that you're doing today. And then let's go ahead and go around to the other side of the chair. So this time your right shoulder is against the wall, and you're going to do the same thing. Of course, knowing one side may be very different than the other. So you can choose to keep both feet down, or you can choose to put one foot up and one foot down. If you put one foot up, it's the foot that's closest to the wall. So in this case, it would be your right foot. Always choose safety. Always, always, always choose safety. So once you've made that choice, we're going to inhale into Urdhva Hastasana. We'll exhale as we twist toward the wall, grounding through both feet here. And then let's inhale back toward the front to Urdhva Hastasana. And then take that right hand, slide it down the wall, and take a nice arc toward the wall. Beautiful. Breathing here, breathing into those outside ribs that are opening up in this pose, and then slowly let it all the way back down. And be in Tadasana, bringing the foot down if the foot is on the chair. So everybody has 2 feet on the floor at this point. Carol, other foot down. There you go. So both feet are down. Breathing here. All right. And release. Okay, let's move the chairs off to the side. We're going to come all the way down to the floor. So let's just move the chairs off to the side. For those of you who can easily stagger your mats and pull them out a little bit, let's do that. So Jane, I'm going to have you pull your mat out. I'll take your chair because we don't need them anymore. Why don't you bring your mat out to about there? Mike, you've got plenty of room. You can just pull your mat out a little bit. I just want to make sure we don't run into each other for the next. Yeah, Carol, bring yours out a little bit. Bob, that looks good. So we all have a little bit of staggering. That's yeah, you guys are fine at the Tressler. That we're looking good. All right, so everybody, let's work our way all the way down to a lying down position. And let's see, let's have your feet facing toward the wall and your head toward the center of the room. So you're on your back, head toward the center of the room, feet facing the wall. And if you need to take something underneath your head, please do so that you're comfortable. Okay. I'm just going to move some of these chairs out of the way so we don't run into them as we're moving about. Doesn't it feel good? There's something about doing all that standing work and then coming back to the floor. And so let your body recognize the sensation of relief after all that work to just let your body land here on the floor. Nothing to do right now. Let your body find a sense of quiet here. Jane, I'm going to help you with this a little bit. There we go. There you go. And so rest here. Let the body receive the support of the floor for the next few breaths. Assistance, can we make sure that everybody has a belt within easy reach? Because as usual, I get you all the way back down and then I tell you to reach for your belt, which has gone away. Let's see, Mr. Mike, let's get your belt. There you go. Oh, that's mine. That's mine. I'll take that one. That's okay. All right, so you've got your belt nearby. Just make sure that you have it nearby. We're going to take a Urdhva Hastasana. Actually, let's go ahead and start out with that. So take your belt in your hands. Have it, shoulder width or a little bit further, whatever your shoulders need today. Let's go ahead and slowly begin to activate first through the feet. So roll those thighs in so the knees are pointing up toward the ceiling. Have the toes pointing up toward the ceiling. Press out through the heels and draw those feet back a little bit so that the legs become activated. And let's inhale as we begin to bring our arms into Urdhva Hastasana, bringing the arms over the head. If you're comfortable with the legs straight, have the legs straight. If you're not comfortable, go ahead and bend the knees. Bringing the arms over any amount. And then slowly, let's let that on back down. Good. All right, we're going to do it again, but this time, assistance, I'm going to have you help people find where their arms comfortably land and provide support. So people can bring their arms over their head, and they might come to a bolster. Maybe they come to they come to a set of blankets. So we're just going to come around and give you all a little bit of support underneath the hands here. So when you come into that Urdhva Hastasana, you've got a little support. So I'm going to slide that in, Mike. Rich. Let's see. Are we there? Let's go one more, Rich. Go ahead and I think we're pretty, yeah, so you've got just a little bit of support there. Okay. Well, let's see. With Bob. Yeah, no, I was thinking more of a support of the wrists or the hands. So we just might have to have Bob come back to, well, not to a chair. Let's have him, let's bring this up a little bit. Maybe we could have a bolster on each side, actually. Let's do that, and then we'll build that up and give him some support. Okay, Bob, bring your arms back one more time. Yeah, so Bob's got some support there. Jane, what do you need underneath your arms? Right, okay. Yeah, bolsters or blocks underneath Jane. Okay, if you've had your arms over your head for a while, go ahead and take them down as we get everybody situated a little bit here. Take a little rest there. And as soon as we get this, I'll change everything anyway, so it's as always. All right. Okay. Yeah, let's just have her go to one block on that side, so she still gets even support. All right, so we've gone over our head. Take one more Urdhva Hastasana over the head. Just go ahead and land on whatever happens to be overhead for you. Stretching all the way out through that belt, getting as long as you possibly can here, lengthening through the side body, and then we'll go ahead and let it on back down. Okay. So let's take your right leg and move your right leg off to the right side about 6 inches or so. Not really far. You don't want to go much more than 6 inches, believe me. So don't go off too far, or you'll regret that. So right leg off to the side about 6 inches, and then you're going to take your left leg and go ahead and cross over your ankle. Left leg crosses over the right ankle. All right, so stay there. Breathe into that a little bit as you begin to notice a little bit of stretch on that side body maybe. Or maybe a lot of stretch on that side body. And if it's too much, bring the legs back toward the center a little bit. We don't want to bother any hips here. And then inhale, bring the arms overhead into your Urdhva Hastasana here. Getting as long as you possibly can along the side body. And if it feels okay, go ahead and slowly take that belt, with the arms attached, of course, over toward your right side a bit. And go into a nice long banana position. As you do that, take some good breaths into those outer lower ribs that are opening here. Opening, and take some good breaths right into those lower outer left ribs. And then come on back to the center and uncross the legs, release the arms, and take a little rest there. Be in the center. And let's do the same thing to the other side. So take the left leg out to the side. Cross the right ankle over the left ankle. And just breathe into that for a couple of breaths. Let the body begin to open along the right side of the body. Yeah, you guys can do it too. And then inhale, bring the arms over the head into Urdhva Hastasana. Lengthen all the way through, keeping that belt taut if you can. Inhale, and then slowly, if you wish, take a little lean toward the left. And only go as far as you comfortably are able to go. And in fact, you don't even have to go to the left at all if this is too intense of a stretch. Nice, yes. Then you sing the Nana Nano Bobana song. Breathing into those lower outside ribs on the right as you open up that space. And then bring the arms back to the center. Release the arms and the strap. Uncross the legs. Once again, be happy you only have two sides to go to. And rest there. Go ahead and just drop the belt, let the belt rest there. Put your arms out to the sides, 45 degrees or so. Go ahead and bend the knees and put the feet flat on the mat. And then just do a little bit of windshield wipers with the knees, rocking the knees from side to side, just loosening up that back a little bit. All right, so assistance, as if you hadn't had enough to do today, we're going to take bolsters and bring them around. I'll show you where we're going. I'm going to take a modified fish pose or Matsyasana. So right now I'm showing the assistants so they know where to put bolsters. You guys are fine where you are. So we're going to put the bolster underneath legs and have people cross their legs on top of the bolster, okay? So this is the direction we're going. So the assistants are going to come around and help you get a bolster placed underneath your legs, and you're just going to simply cross your legs on top of the bolster as we go into a fish pose or Matsyasana. Your legs will look like the tail of the fish. Sounds like a story though, doesn't it? The tail of the fish. So crossing. So you may have to move the bolster up or back a little bit once we place it there. So finding what feels right for you. And I want the feet on the bolster. Aha. Yeah, right. You might need to change the bolster a little bit. There we go. So let us know if you need us to move that. So your legs are crossed and your ankles are on the bolster. Kind of a strange and wonderful little pose, this fish pose. If crossing your legs is difficult, you're welcome to do a wide open Baddha Konasana, but it looks like most of us are there. And so just resting there. Letting the body open into this pose. And then go ahead and take your belt again. Holding it again in one side of the tail in each hand. Inhale, bringing the arms over the head, lengthening the entire side body in this position. And the arms can be as close or as far as is comfortable for you. But feeling that symmetry of the side body as you bring the arms into a long Urdhva Hastasana in this pose. Now you're a long, skinny fish or something like that. One more breath there. And then slowly lower the arms. And then we're going to change the cross of the legs. So change the cross of the legs. Go right back into the pose. Yeah. And be there for a few breaths. Resting there, allowing the body and the hips to open into that pose. Is there a private party going on over here? Oh, that's okay. Oh, that's why you get paid the big bucks? Yeah, well, that works for me. And then if you wish, taking the arms over the head, lengthening into this very long Urdhva Hastasana, as if your arms started at your hips and the entire side body was moving up as the lower part of the body stays anchored on the bolster. Breathing into this space is always that you're creating here. Good. And release the arms back down. Rest here. Don't put your straps away yet. We have one more really fun thing to do with them. And I do mean really fun. yeah, jump rope. Lori's jump roping with it. We won't be jump roping with the straps today. That would be unwise and probably pretty dangerous. Okay, so your legs are in a cross-legged position. What I'm going to have you do now is take them out of that position and set your feet on the bolster. So again, you may have to play a little bit with the distance of the bolster from you so that they're at a comfortable position. So let us know if you need us to kind of push your bolster a little further away. Okay. So don't worry about the arms at this point, but I want you to very gently begin the windshield wipers again with your knees. So gently letting the knees drop one side to the other. And remember, now that your knees are up on that bolster, this is a different experience. And so as you drop the knees to one side, let that rotation travel all the way up. You should be able to feel it maybe even all the way up to between the shoulder blades or to the base of the neck. As we change that just a little bit of the position of your legs. So just doing some nice, easy windshield wipers. If it feels good to hold it on one side for a minute or for a few breaths, go ahead. Keeping it really nice and slow. And then go ahead and come on back to the center. Keep the feet on the bolster if you comfortably can. And if you need help holding them on the bolster, we'll be right there to help you. Go ahead and take your belt. And again, you're going to put the belt in one side of the strap and each hand. Bring it over your head, but bring it into a cactus position or a goalpost position where your arms are bent to, or your elbows are bent to about 90 degrees or so. Doesn't have to be perfect. Bending those elbows down. All right, so here we go. So we're going to take the knees and drop them toward the right side. So drop the knees toward the right side, let them stay there, and then you're going to take your left arm and press it out straight to lengthen the whole left side of the body. It's sort of a strange and wonderful thing. It's a little strange, but it's a little wonderful too. Pardon? Yep, so the left arm is going to go out long that way. So we open up this whole side, the whole left side of the body. And then go ahead and bring the arms back to goalpost. Bring the legs back to the center. Let's drop the knees to the other side. So knees are going to go to the left this time. And then we're going to take the right arm and bring it way over the head to the center of the room. Again, lengthening that entirety of the right side of the body. As always, breathing into these lower outside ribs that are opening in this position. Letting the body breathe in this position and back to the center with the knees. Go ahead and bring the arm down to goalpost. We'll do it one more time to the other side. So legs drop to the right. Left arm goes up. If that's becoming too much for you, then just keep the arms or let the arms come all the way down to the sides if they need to. Couple breaths here. And bring it on down. And then last time, legs go to the left, and the goalpost arm on the right straightens out to the center of the room. Good. And release. Come on back to the center. Draw the legs in. Release the arms. Let go of the strap. And go ahead and walk your feet out over the bolster so that your legs come into sort of a wide Baddha Konasana position on the bolster. So the feet are off the edge of the bolster. The knees are bent, feet are together, knees have dropped out to the side. So this is where we're going, Lori, and we'll be lying down. So we'll walk around, make sure that everybody gets into that position. Jane, when you're ready, let the knees come out to the side and the feet together. So we'll go into a Baddha Konasana. There you go. There we go. And you can just put the belt to the side. We're done with the belt. So our legs are in this kind of diamond-shaped Baddha Konasana position. Go ahead and take your hands and simply put them on the lower abdomen so that your arms also also form this sort of diamond-shaped pattern. So you're bent at the elbows and the knees. The feet are together. The hands are just lightly resting on the lower abdomen or the belly. And let the body really release into this pose. No effort at this point. Letting the body begin to soften here. Breath comes softly. Every exhalation allowing the abdomen to release toward the back body. If you're comfortable doing so, and if you have the shoulder motion, you can bring the arms overhead in that diamond pattern. If that's not comfortable, or the hands or the arms hang uncomfortably, then don't worry about that. Keep the hands right where they are. Rich, I'm going to give you just a little support here. Soft breath, soft belly here. And then bring the arms back down to the sides. And the arms can be either comfortably with the elbows bent, resting on the belly, or they can be out to the side. Let's go ahead and come out of Baddha Konasana, just letting the backs of the knees be rest on the bolster, but the legs be a little straighter this time. So you don't have to be in the Baddha Konasana position, but just straightening the legs out and letting yourself land here. As we move closer to Shavasana, the body begins to recognize these positions of support. The mind begins to slow down after the effort of the class. Everything begins to quiet. And so now we'll begin setting up for Shavasana. If you'd like to take a different position than this, now is the time to go ahead and get set up into that. We'll feel free to put socks on, and we'll get people covered up and however you want to be. If you'd like your legs up on a chair, give us a wave, and we'll bring the chair over for you. So we'll take a couple minutes to get our Shavasana, and you want to make sure we've got so many props out today. You want to make sure that we push those props away a little bit. Get you covered up. Feet? Yes. Do you want to tuck? That doesn't surprise me. I'm in kind of an awkward position for tucking, so that's probably not the best tuck in the world. There you go. Mm-hmm. You want this one too? Okay. What do you want this? You want that under your head? Okay, let's get that situated. Take time to make sure that you set up your Shavasana just the way you like it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to pull this out just a little bit, Jane. There you go. There you go. And again, push any extraneous props away. If you're wearing glasses, now is the time to take the glasses off. Carol, would you like a foot tuck? No, okay. All right. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you, Jane, for cutting the lights. And so do whatever you need to do now to get comfortable in your Shavasana position. Any final adjusting, or if you need one of us, please let us know. And then assistance, once everybody's set, feel free to get into your Shavasana position too. And so once you've done any final adjusting or fidgeting, allow yourself to just slide right into Shavasana. Letting the body land here. Acknowledging the effort of the class today, and then just letting that go as you move into this very restorative and supportive position. Relax the skin of the forehead down toward the brow line, down toward the bridge of the nose, softening, quieting the mind. Allow the cheeks to deflate and the inside of the mouth to soften. Release the inner corners of the eyes and the outer corners of the eyes. Soften the inner ear. Release the skin from behind the ear, letting it gently release down along the course of the neck and all the way out to the tip of the shoulder. Allow the shoulder joints to soften, almost to sigh, feeling a sense of spaciousness. And then allow the elbow joints to open and sigh. And the wrists, and even the palms and the fingers. Feel a sense of spaciousness and relief. Every segment of the spine, from the neck all the way down to the tailbone, begins to sense a spaciousness as all of the muscles around the spine begin to release toward the periphery. The hips began to release, almost floating, sighing there. And the knees soften, releasing at the back crease, finding a sense of spaciousness. And finally, the ankles, the soles of the feet and the toes, releasing, almost floating as they release and relax in this position. Slowly begin now the process of coming out of Shavasana. Maybe taking a slightly deeper inhalation, followed by a slightly longer exhalation. Open and close the eyes a couple of times as you begin to let the light back in. And as you're ready, bending one or both knees and rolling to the side. Pausing there and then slowly working your way back up into any comfortable seated position. Taking your time to come out of Shavasana. Making sure that that becomes part of the practice. Keeping the mind and the body in a quiet state as you slowly come out of this pose. And once you're there, allowing yourself to be there as everybody finishes coming up from the lying down position. Noticing what you feel in your body, what you feel in your mind. And then let's go ahead and bring our hands back where we started, back to the center, honoring this practice, honoring those who have paved the way for us, honoring this community, ending our practice as always with gratitude. Namaste. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing and don't forget to turn on your notifications.